your larynx. This whole thing is in here. Of course, this is oversized, so you can see that really well. And the original size is about this big. It's all in here, and this is where the miracle happens. This is your vocal box. Let's talk first about this, the larynx. The larynx hangs in your throat. As I said, it's about this big. It hangs in your throat freely on two bands. And you maybe heard someone say that we should sing with a lower larynx. Yes, that's correct. Especially for classical singing, a low larynx is absolutely mandatory because it creates a darker and bigger sound. But never ever press the larynx down because that creates tension. Also with the right vocalese, there's a special vocalese to keep the larynx low. You will learn how to keep it down without any pressure. It all has to do with support and the right opening. When you sing pop, the larynx should be a little higher, but also for that we have a specific module, the pops and musical singing. The larynx, when it hangs down freely, you can create amazing sounds. And also when you open the throat, the larynx lowers and you create space in the back of your head. See, it's all connected. Now let's talk about the vocal cords and the vocal folds. Did you know that we don't only have 2 vocal cords? We have 4. You heard it right, in case you didn't know. We have the real vocal cords, which are down here, and we have the vocal folds, which are right above the vocal cords. The challenge is that when we sing, also when we speak, the vocal cords and the vocal folds, they don't close at the same time. And a lot of vocal problems are because the vocal folds, they don't close. It's important for you to know that your vocal folds and your vocal cords, they are very small, depending on the size of your body, your age, and your gender, female, male. If you have a bigger larynx, then you have probably longer vocal cords, but they're still very small. They're about 1.5 centimeters. Look it up, how small it is. It's incredible what they can do. The vocal cords and the vocal folds are in this shape. And if you would look down on your throat, you would see that here in the front, those are connected. So like this, you would look down and you would see those, the very small ones, of course, like this. When you inhale, the air goes through and they open. And when you start to phonate, to speak or to sing, they close. And the problem is very often that the folds above the cords don't close all the way. That has to do with breathing and over-breathing, and for this we have a specific module. Let's go back to the vocal cords and the vocal folds. They are very small, as I said, and they're attached here. And they only do 2 movements. They open, they close, they open, they close. You will find out that when you inhale too much, it creates a lot of problems for the vocal folds. But as I said, this is in a different module. Now let's talk about the Adam's apple. Women and men have them, but in men it's more obvious because it sticks out a little more, and men in general have bigger larynxes than women. And this has to do with the mutation. When you go through the voice break, the age sometimes of 11, 12, 14, 15, up to 16, when you go through that mutation, you maybe remember this, that your voice used to crack. Now with guys, you hear it very, very obvious, and with girls, you hear it if you're a vocal coach and you know the process. But in that stage, your larynx grows, your vocal cords grow also, and depending on how big your larynx is, your vocal box, you can see this Adam's apple very clearly with guys. Actually also with women if you look. Please take your finger and go down your throat. You feel a little bit of cartilage, and then you feel one first bump. Do you feel that first bump? That's your thyroid. And then you move down, it goes inwards a little bit, and then you have the second bump. And on that second bump, when you inhale, that should go down. Do you feel that? When this happens, your larynx lowers, and at the same time, your diaphragm lowers, and the back of your back opens, but this more in the breathing process.